Greetings Netrunners, today we'll be looking at the final data pack in the flashpoint cycle, the quorum. First up we have the runner cards, starting with the Anarchs. Our first card is Sifir, a new console. Cost of 5, has a memory enhancement of +2. Once per turn, when you encounter a piece of ice, you may reduce your maximum hand size by 1 until the beginning of your next turn. If you do, the strength of the ice is lowered to 0 for the remainder of the encounter. So this is a great console for cracking those stronger pieces of ice, the ones that have a strength of say 8, 9, 10. You could just drop your hand size by 1, risky, against some corp decks like Jinteki, but well worth it if you can drop that ice strength to 0 and then just break it. Next we have Sunya. Cost of 3, memory cost of 1, and strength 1. Program Icebreaker Killer. When an encounter in which you use Sunya to break all the subroutines on that piece of ice ends, place 1 power counter on Sunya. Sunya has +1 strength for each power counter on it. 2 credits, break Sentry subroutine. So if you get this guy out early, start using him straight away for breaking Sentry subroutines, then he'll get stronger and stronger. So it's a good early game card. Other than that though, can be a bit weak for breaking through late game ice. But as I said, it's a good starter. So I think I'd include it. Next we move on to the criminals, and we have Recon Drone. Cost of 1, hardware, and X credits and trash. Prevent the next X damage from a card currently being accessed. So this guy is there to protect you from all the ambushes. If one's going to deal damage to you, you can just trash him and prevent any amount of damage just by paying credits. So a very good card, especially against Jinteki or Wayland decks that have ambushes that can do a lot of damage to you, so I'd definitely include that one in future decks. Next we have Tapeworm. Cost of 0, memory cost of 1, program Virus. Install only if you made a successful run on a central server this turn. When your turn begins, gain 1 credit for every 5 credits in the corp's credit pool. Trash Tapeworm if the corp purges virus counters. So this is a good way to just aid your economy. If the corp's doing well with their economy, they've got a lot of credits, then this lets you literally leech off that, since you'll just keep gaining credits as long as they keep theirs. So a very good economy card there. Next we have another program, Tracker. Cost of 0, memory cost of 2. When your turn begins, choose a server. There you need to click and spend 2 credits, make a run on the chosen server, prevent the first subroutine that would resolve this run from resolving. So this one lets you make runs on a server, rather than using a run event, and you can prevent the first subroutine that would resolve this turn from resolving. So on some ices that can be anything from end the run to tracing to damage. It can just be, if you find there's a server you really need to get through, and there's a really nasty piece of ice in the way, you can just get rid of one of the subroutines straight away. Next we have a new connection, Aaron Marin. Cost of 2. Whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, place 2 power counters on Aaron Marin. Host a power counter, remove 1 tag and draw 1 card. So this guy is all about your card draw. Whenever the corpse scores an agenda or you steal one, you're getting power counters on him and you just remove 1 and you get to remove a tag and draw a card. Even if you don't have a tag, you can just use it for card draw. So a very, very strong card there, and I think one that will see a lot of inclusion. Next we have the Shapers and Encore. Now this is a difficult card to do, but an extremely worthwhile one. It has a cost of 0, an event. Play only if you made a successful run on R&D, HQ and Archives this turn. Take an additional turn after this one, remove Encore from the game instead of trashing it. And you can have 3 copies of this in your deck. So theoretically, if you made a run successfully on the 3 central servers, you get yourself an extra turn, and on that extra turn you can play another copy of Encore and keep doing it. So a very worthwhile card if you can find a way to pull it off. Next we have Forks, another program. Cost of 5, memory cost of 1, Icebreaker Killer. Has a strength of 1 and 1 credit, break Sentry subroutine. X credits plus X strength for the remainder of this run. Use this ability only by spending at least 1 credit from a stealth card. So it's one of the ones goods for the stealth decks that I've been seeing a lot of increase in this past series. And since you only have to spend 1 credit from a stealth card, you can pump the rest of this card's strength from any other source. So it's definitely a worthwhile inclusion in any stealth deck in the future, I think. And now the neutral cards. Peace in Our Time. Cost of 1, event priority. Play as only as your first click, and only if the corp scored no agendas during his or her last turn. Gain 10 credits, the corp gains 5 credits. You cannot initiate any runs this turn. So this is a good card only if you're very desperate for credits. Because although it's a low cost and it's giving you 10 credits, it's also giving the corp 5, and you can't make any runs on them that turn. So giving them more credits to do things with and a whole turn where you won't be running on them may be too high a cost, but I think it will definitely see some inclusion. That's all for the runner cards this time, Netrunners. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll be looking at the corp cards. Remember to like and subscribe.